I'm Tiffany Windsor.
And I'm Heidi Borchers.
Today we're going vintage with Mama Aleene.
And we're using the Aleene's original tacky glue and a slice of bread to make look of porcelain roses.
Let's craft.
I'm using the Aleene's original tacky glue in the gold bottle. Mama Aleene found over 50 years ago by using this glue she could create flowers from bread that look like porcelain. Here's the recipe. In a plastic cup, take 1 slice of bread, tear off the crust, and just simply shred it into little pieces into the cup. With a tablespoon measuring spoon, add 1 tablespoon of the Aleene's original tacky glue right into the bread, and use a craft stick to get off as much of the glue out of the spoon as you can. I also use just a dab of a cold cream. And for this rose, I'm going to use some white acrylic paint. So maybe about 10, 20 drops depending on the color depth that you want. But for this, I think just probably about 10 drops would be good. You mix it around until it completely gets into a ball of dough. Where it's all stuck together. And then from this point, you pull it out and put it in your hands, and you mix it completely until it's a dough like this. It's like a clay. It feels like a clay. It's very pliable. And then you start to create your flowers. Now for each petal, you're going to use a piece of dough that is the size of like a garden pea, and you need your sizes to be consistent. So I'm going to make my center of my rose, and you want to push it very thin. You want it almost paper thin. And that's probably the biggest mistake that people make, is that it's not thin enough. As soon as you have it flat, you're going to roll it like so. And then just kind of bend down the top edge, and there's your bud. So if you just needed a bud, this is where you would stop. The next petal, again, you're going to squeeze between your fingers. And we're going to put it right up there. Wrap it around the bud. Push the petals down just slightly. And it also helps if you have a real rose in front of you. Next petal opposite. And you can see how your rose is starting to form. Make sure that you push every little petal back a little bit. And you want to make sure that you keep them even across the top. Don't keep your petals going down, or you'll end up having a pine cone. Next petal opposite. Again, roll your edges down. And your next petal will be opposite that. And that shows you, you can continue to put petals on, but that shows you basically the rose. Now for the leaves, you would make your bread dough with the green paint in the dough and simply push them out, and then just put some veins on them and then glue them down into your rock. with your rose and your leaves, you have a perfect paperweight.
As you can imagine, once you learn how to create the Aleene spread dough roses, you can craft any project.
You sure can. I mean, I use it on jewelry. I love the vintage look. I love that I can make any different color on my roses. You can do them in purples and pinks and reds. You can put them on top of boxes. You can make them any size. You can make them very, very teeny, miniature, and you can make them quite large for like pins. And remember, the Aleene's original tacky glue is available at Michael's. It's terrifically tacky
And creatively cool.